Check, check, check. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm using can you hear me? Give me a yes, no. Can can you hear me? Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, no. Yes, no. Need some feedback. Can you hear me? Um, I am just check. Oh, good, good. Thank you. Awesome, awesome. Cool, cool. I'm hopefully I'm using the right mic, but we'll give it about 2 more minutes before we get started. I want to just say hello, and what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Good to see or hear or see, I guess. Thank you, Charlotte, Erica, Teresa, JT. Thanks, Brian. You the man too, Brian. Yes, kinda. Uh, is that not a good thing? Kinda. Like, can you hear me good? Can you hear me good? Like, am I clear? Hopefully, I'm clear. Yes, yes, yep, yes, yes, kinda. Oh, huh. Do I need to speak louder? Like, can you? I'm using a mic. I don't know if my mic's working or if the computer mic is working. Um, Either way, we'll make it work. You know, it's just with this audio stuff, man. This technical stuff is tricky sometimes. Um, so you want to make sure that you can hear me and I'm good. Oh my gosh, hold on. Need room for my mic, and that's my mic right here. If you guys are wondering what this is, it's my mic. I don't know even know if it's working. Like if it's loud and clear here. Okay, good. Maybe okay, good. Okay, good, good. All right, good. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. We'll give about another minute. I think we're teasing you. All right, good. Beth, hello, Beth. Hello, Anthony. Hello, Charlotte. Hello, Crystal. Kayla. Sorry, Kalua. Hopefully I said that right. Vanessa, Emily, Jeff, and Sarah. Felicia. Pat, and everybody else that I might not have said. JT, hello everybody. Um, good, good. Maybe it was just me. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I had to speak louder. Maybe turn up the gain. I don't know. Um, just making sure whatever's working. Whatever's working is working. Okay. Well, let's get going. I guess. Hey, let's get this. Let's get her going. All right, here we go. What up, everybody? Well, hey, I always, I'm native. I'm Ani. I'm indigenous. I'm part of this land. So I always try to introduce myself in my native tongue or, my native language. I'm not a fluent speaker by all means. So if I get something wrong or I'm still learning, and I think that's what part of life is learning, especially when it comes down to our language. So, wahe panitai na nisa was not get Kasey Nicholson has sihna, no one ni nisin, or you could just say nisin, ni nanana all ni, uh, ni nanana upsalaga, pakani, Cree, Arapaho, Alaska Native, and I'm pretty sure there's some white in there too. I forgot what white it is. It's not German. It's not Swedish. I have to go figure it out. I think I got white both on my dad's side and my mom's side. So I have to figure. That's one thing I should really intrigue. I should go into and figuring out that part of my braid or that strand of my braid or those two strands of my braid and knowing who I am and how that white blood fits into my blood, and maybe have relatives on the other side in Europe that I need to get a hold of that can provide me some good stuff. Lo and behold, I have one white one white hair sticking up my, like, one of my first ones. I had one long time ago, but I don't know if you can see it. That's my dandruff. Those are my pet nits. Hello. Hello, Billy Bob, my knit. Hello, Sherry, my knit. Hey, I'm just joking. But yeah, 42 years old. I have my first gray hair that's sticking there. That's just staying there. I don't even know if it's growing. It's just there. You know what I mean? Like, you're combing your hair and you're just like, oh, what? No, I'm like, am I an elder now? Oh my God, I'm an elder now. White hair. Yeah. And that's the thing, is like, so many of us have this uh, negative, some of us, not all of us, a lot of us have this negative connotation, negative view of having gray hair. You know what I mean? And I think gray hair is just a good sign that everything's going right. You're aging, and some people may be stressed, maybe not stressed, maybe it's genetics that you're getting gray hair. I've known classmates that were way younger, they started getting gray hair, but that's just because in their genetics, that's what happens. My family technically didn't really get a lot of gray hair till they were a little bit older. I don't know if they got in their 40s or not. But anyways, okay, that's enough about me. Okay, I think it's time to get started. Okay, hello. Yes, I said my name. I'm from the Awnee people. If you guys don't know who I am, if you guys are new to who I am, this is who I am. I come from the people they call the White Clay people, but the government federal name is called Grovant. And a little history, if you guys don't know what Grovant means, it was a word given to us by some French explorers that ran into our tribe, and we explained to them in sign language who we were, or who we are, or no, not even who we are, but where we were staying or where we were camped by. I think something like along those lines. And we made a sign language, and it was waterfalls. We were like pointing down somewhere. We did a waterfalls sign language, and it's kind of goes in front of our belly, and we do this in front of our belly. So the French people seen that, and they said "gros ventre," or I don't know how you say it, but that's how they pronounce it. And the light went off in their head. We figured, they understand us. And lo and behold, they took it back to the people that write stuff in books and said, "Okay, we found a tribe. They go by the names of Gros ventre." And if you guys don't know what French means, or Gros ventre means in French, it means big belly. And I'm pretty certain that we, back then, didn't have big bellies. I don't think. As far as the pictures that I've seen of back in the days, nope. We had rippling abs. We had abs. Like, we were like, yeah, anyways. And then my dad's Blackfeet, and then between my Awnee side, my White Clay side, and my Blackfeet side, my Pagani side, there's these other tribes that kind of latch out and that are a part of my strands of my braid. And that kind of is introductory about who I am, and kind of like some strands that make up my braid. Now today we're going to talk about strands of a braid, and hopefully when you guys seen the title of the presentation, it literally means all these little strands. Okay, all these little strands that make up a braid. Okay, the strands of a braid. Okay, each one of these little hairs have an important role in my medicine, because a lot of our people believe that our braid is our medicine. Our hair is our medicine. It shows so much, and it tells stories of who we are. Necessarily, and I know not all tribes had braids, but in this regard, we're talking about the collection of the strands to make a braid. And from there, we will kind of not really dissect, but we'll discuss, or I'll talk to you guys, and I'll come back down to your guys' comments and whatnot, and see what you guys say. White hair alone does not an elder make, but good, you're on your way to do it. Thank you, Patty, Patricia, Atkinson. Thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate that. We had too much to do running around making it happen. No problem. My cousins, they're 40 plus. Welcome. Okay, thank you. All right. So that's what we're going to kind of talk about today. We're going to discuss about it, and it's a good analogy, or a good thing to look back on, to refer or to come back to thinking that's a different way of thinking about it, is how strong is our hair? How strong are the individual braid or strands of our hair making up, and how strong is our medicine? And as we go into, and this is, I know you guys probably try to get technical and say, well, what if they do fish braids, or what if they do mini braids on the hair, or whatever. We're not going to go to that technical, that much of a technical discussion. We're just going to talk about the main braids of of a braid. Okay, so there's usually 3 braids that come from your hair, right? 3 braids. Okay, and the 3 braids that come out. Now, those 3 braids, those 3 main parts, I guess you'd say, you got your first one and your other 2. And as you kind of go, you could tell I braided hair many times. You go down and you're braiding your hair. You go all the way down to the end. There's those three big strands that you take from the head down. And I know a lot of tribes and a lot of people have their stories or their traditions, oral traditions of hair and hair stories. Hopefully you are passing that on to other people. I'm trying to put on a spin on it in terms of the research I've had, the education I've had, the discussions I've had, and kind of more or less thinly layering it to come to understanding of how all the strands, even the big braids, the big strands, work in our daily lives. Not just in ceremony, not just in important parts of our life, but every day. Because every day our hair grows. Every day we either lose it, we lose our hair, we shed, or we gain new hair, okay? And each part of that, each hair on our head is vitally important. I think that's a lot of natives believe. There's nothing on us that is not important, from our imperfections to what we feel is perfect. It doesn't matter. It's all serving a role into who we are as a person. And then I take that into a family, and then I take that into a community, okay? And those are the 3 main braids, the 3 main strands as you braid that I'm going to discuss. You got 1, 2, 3, okay? The first one, the first main strand that I want you guys to understand and listen to. I know a lot of people do cut their hair, but if you were to have 3 strands of braids, or 3 strands to make up a braid, the first one are you. That's the first one. Let's call it the middle one, okay? The middle one, as you got your 3, as you got your 3 strands, the thick ones that make the braid. That first one, that middle one, let's call that one you. Let's call that strand you, and what that entails, and all those little strands that make up that big strand, I guess you'd say. You know what I mean? That is you. And to understand about the strands that make you, it's so important what comprises of those. It could be gray hairs, it could be white hairs, it could be short hairs, it could be coarse hairs, it could be split ends. It doesn't matter. This is your strand. This middle one that's coming down before you bring them all together. This middle one, as you separate the hair, and you got 1 strand, 2 strand. We're talking about the middle strand of hair. All those strands that make up that little big thick piece, okay? The first one I would like to talk about, and really, really important. I'm always talking about balance. I'm always talking about the wellness wheel or the medicine wheel, however you guys want to call it. This first one, we really need to understand, like if I were to make different strands of it, but we got to think about the spirituality strands in this one particular strand of hair, this part of it, okay? And you know what? Okay? We have to talk about that one because it is spirituality. We really, where are we at with it? Do we understand it? Do we believe in it? Do we see it functioning in our life? You know what I mean? Okay, there's this 3 strands, okay? If I could do this. Okay, there's 1, 2, and then there's 3 right here. We're going to talk maybe about this one, the middle one. I don't know if this is the middle one, but we're going to call it the middle one. What comprises of this middle one? This is you. This is all you. This is what makes you. This little piece right here is signifying who you are, and understanding this part of it in life is important. And part of it is the spirit. One aspect of it is spirituality. Again, like I said, who are you? What do you believe in? Have you been taught it? Do you practice it on a daily? Do you research about it? Do you ask questions about it? Do you feel uncomfortable about it? Are you traumatized by it? Because I know a lot of our people in our lives, we've been with the boarding school and with the missions that have popped up all over the country, and I'm not knocking any type of religion, but some of them were detrimental and had a negative impact on a lot of our people in terms of, brainwashing and making feel like you had to do it this way or else there was negative consequences. And through those negative consequences, through spirituality, we have adopted maybe negative practices, behaviors, beliefs that obviously transferred from our body to another person's body in terms of like their being. Our hair, there's called epigenetics, and the genetics run through all of our body, and it could even run through our hair. I mean, if they take examples or samples of our hair, they could find genetics. That's how they find a lot of they solve crime cases through the hair. So the question is, or the understanding of it is, where do you fit in that spirituality? Do you go to sweats? Do you go to church? Do you believe in Buddhism, Taoism? What do you believe in, and how does that serve you? How does that serve this strand, and how does that make you who you are? How does that make the braid that you carry around you? Necessarily you don't have to have long hair, but in your mind you could think about it as maybe a rope. Not one single strand is stronger than the whole thing. So think about that. And I'm not going to hear and sit and talk to you guys about spirituality. That is your journey. That is your responsibility to yourself, to your family, to your community, to explore the spirituality. Can I up my spirituality a little bit more? Can I pray a little bit more? Can I have a good intention a little bit more? Can I feel better about myself and my spirit? Feel it like it's uplifted a little bit more. That's my responsibility to my spirituality, and that's what comprises it. One of my strands in here to become together in terms of understanding my life. No one else's life. I'm not here to live my life for anybody else but myself. Now I might be encouraged or I might be motivated to live or decide for somebody else or something else, but I ultimately live my life for myself. Part of that is that spirituality. Where does that fit within you? What can you do to improve? If you have a split end in that spirituality strand, cut it. It's going to grow back, maybe even stronger and healthier. Or maybe you need to remove it. I don't know. That's totally up to you. I don't know how that's going to fit within your life and how that's going to function with you. For me, spirituality is a big part. I'll give you an example. I didn't know my culture, my ways, my Aani culture, or any native ways really as much when I was younger. I didn't. I used to have nightmares. I used to have dream within a dream. I don't know if y'all ever did that before, where you're dreaming, and then in your dream you wake up, and then you wake up and you're thinking you're in reality, but you're actually in a dream again. And then I woke up in the reality, or in the reality, thinking, is this a dream or not? So I've had those kind of dreams. I've had dreams about spirits, negative spirits, thinking thinking bad things, or thinking about demons or whatever it may be. And I remember when I was a kid, the only thing that I had to fall back on was the Catholic or the church way, Catholic or Christian. I think it's Catholic. And the only thing I had to fall back on was that religion or that belief. So what I would always do when I would get scared or when I think negative or when I feel like I had to be protected, I would draw a cross, because this is the only thing I knew. This is the only thing I knew in terms of spirituality and protection, because I wasn't really taught anything else, because maybe my mom didn't know or my grandma didn't pass it on, or they didn't know, but I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I am where I'm at today and I'm happy with it. But I used to draw a cross. And then I'd put like lines in the corners of it to make it look like it's gleaming, and or so I'll be like, oh, okay, I feel safe, drawing it, inputting into my brain, I'm safe through this religion or this belief. It wasn't forced upon me. I mean, I was told to be, choose what you want and all that stuff. This is what I know, so this is what I'm passing on to you. My mom would pass on to me. My grandma would pass on to me. My family, majority of my family would pass it on to me. I remember drawing like this real, like evil face. Like when I was a kid, I'd draw this little, real evil looking thing. Like that would, I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it was something that was there and it was just kind of bothering me. And I remember drawing it, and it wasn't to the T. I wasn't a very good artist, but it was just like, it was ugly. It was just like, oh. But then when I draw it, then I would put a cross. I would draw this cross over the face, and then like the cross would like take care of it. You know what I mean? It would keep it away or whatever. Maybe it would protect me. I don't know. In my mind, as a kid, 6 to 10, 11, 12 years old, I don't know. These were what I was using because in my spirituality beliefs, that's what was going to help me, save me, protect me, all these things. And I used that. I used it to what I felt was going to provide me belief, safety, understanding. But through the whole thing, I never really ever really felt like I was not connecting to that spirituality aspect of the Catholic, Jesus, the cross. I was never really connecting to it fully. I don't know why. As a kid, you're just kind of like, okay, cool. You're kind of going with the status quo. But in my mind, I'm like, why or what or who or where or, all those things, just never really ever fit for me. Until I got into like my teenage years and started getting into sweats, drum groups, dancing. And then into my college years, I started getting into like sun dances and fasting. Ask questions, and they're like pretty much, however it will serve you. This is what you have seen in your experiences. How does it serve you? What do you feel it is? What do you feel like it's going to give you? What do you think they're telling you? Pray about it. If I don't know as a spiritual advisor, or if you don't know, pray about it. The other people on the other side, or other beings, or other grandfathers, grandmothers, spirit helpers, or whatever you want to say, will help you and guide you to help you understand. To me, that was a connection. That was something I can take in, I could swallow and say, oh, okay. Because technically I didn't need the answer, but I needed understanding about how it was kind of revolving and how that played a part in my life. And nothing is black and white. And through my spirituality, I've kind of learned that. So that is kind of like how the spirituality strand that has provided me. I had to explore. I had to ask questions. I had to use what I knew ultimately through the exploration and asking questions and all these things. I found the spirituality strand that would fit me. Okay. Is it perfect? I don't know. Is it great? I don't know, but it fits for me. It enhances my life. It protects me. It gives me encouragement. It gives me strength. It gives me the ability to go on the next day and to know that every day is not promised, and to give your best that you can in your life, and to pray when you get scared. To know that our medicines are there to help us and protect us and watch over us and to clear negative energy. I mean, I understand that. And I know a lot of religions have that same concept and base, but certain religions just didn't click with me. Internally, in maybe a genetic way, just didn't connect until I got into my own spirituality, until my own ways, I guess you'd say. So that's an example of that first strand. Okay, that first strand, that middle strand, this one, of spirituality, okay? Excuse me. The next one in that you part, in the other part that makes that spiritual, or that you part, okay, that just you. Sorry, I'm gonna get them all mixed up here. Okay, there. This is still you. There's all these little strands right here. All these little ones. I can't go this way. There we go. All these little strands in there, are part of something that makes up you, okay? All these little strands in here, that they're either going to fall out, they're either going to break, or they're going to be strengthened, or they're going to grow back. This is all you, okay? Another part of this is the mental part, How well do you understand you? You know, that's a big thing. How well are you putting in the work to understand you? Okay? The mental capacity, you know, how well are you researching your family history, your land, the human being, period? Like, how well do you understand everything about you? Like, when I say understand, I'm talking about the mental capacity, the mental understanding of what makes you, and you understanding that. Or maybe you don't understand it and you're putting the work in to find out more about you, the mental understanding, the things that make sense in you. Like, what is, like, okay, I am stubborn. You know what? I'm stubborn, but I'm also hurt. And now, what work are you putting into that stubbornness? Is that a strength or a weakness? You're hurt. Is that a strength or a weakness? You know, you're trying to understand what makes the strands you, what the strands comprise of, and what how they make you, and how you can strengthen them, take them out, so forth and so on. Like I said, we're not going to go too much into it. I only have an hour, and this could be like an ongoing talk with you and your family. Okay, with your children, with your grandparents. It doesn't matter. Talk. Sit down around somewhere, drink some coffee, drink some tea, water, medicine, tea, whatever you want to put, and talk. Talk about the mental capacity. Talk about the hurt. Talk about the pain. And that's kind of rolls into our next one, is the emotional part. How well do you know your emotions? How well do you can you process the emotions that you go through? And if you don't understand them, how forthcoming are you to how brave, how are you to go ask for that help? To understand your emotions that you are dealing with, the sadness, the grievance, the trauma, the hurt, the pain, the happiness, the love, the kindness, everything on the spectrum is not null and void. It all can be talked about to understand about how that is, okay? That's very, very important. Your emotional ties to self and how you emotionally react to things in life. Do you understand why you're emotionally reacting this way? Do you understand why you cry when you see a sad puppy movie? Do you understand? Like, it's not nothing to be ignored. Like, man, why is that? Why does 101 Dalmatians get me every time? Like, do you understand why you're crying? Is it 101 Dalmatians? Was there a traumatic event that happened with a puppy back in the days that you totally forgot about? Or is it just that you have a love for life? Like, I don't know. That's something, again, that you have to explore to understand the strands that make up who you are. Okay? Who you are. Nobody else. Don't worry about anybody else's braid. I'm gonna worry about my braid. This is my braid. I'm gonna worry about what comprises me. And I want to understand these things. I want to understand what makes me who I am. Okay? Very important. Very, very important. Your physical part. I always go through the whole wellness thing. The physical part is so, so important. Again, why, why, oh, geez, it's getting worse and worse, you guys. I don't know. It's in there somewhere, okay? It's in there somewhere. Um, why are you feeling the way you're feeling? Why do you eat the way you eat? Why do you not drink as much water as you should drink? And one of our Native Wellness Institute brothers, and all of them, but he's really on it. Him and his lady are on it. And I think Chelsea was on here yesterday. She was. I caught part of her talk. But again, the same thing is movement, health, eating, what you put in your body. You eat, you become who you are. You become what you eat. Diabetics, they eat a lot of sugar, not type 1 but type 2. You eventually become a diabetic. A lot of fat, obviously. We're consuming not it's not. Anyways, we don't want to get too technical. I don't want to go too far into that because again, like, we don't have much time. But physical part of it, like, what can you do to understand the things that you want to improve and the things that you want to excel in life, like walking. We're meant to walk. We're meant to, like, run. We're meant to, like, get out into the world and go explore. That's who we are. So what's preventing you from walking as an overweight person, maybe as an obese person, or maybe as a person who's just not in shape as they could possibly be? What's preventing you from walking? It's a relevant question that you need to ask yourself. What's preventing me from walking 5 minutes after I eat dinner. It doesn't have to be outside. You could do the stairs in your home. You could do the living room and go from one bedroom to other. You could just do the whole floor plan if you want. But what's preventing you from doing that? That's something you have to think about, making your strands, making you stronger at the end. What are you doing to strengthen self? Okay. That's kind of the end of that one main strand. Okay, that one's main, not the main strand, but the one of the main strands in here. Okay, that one maybe. That's the end of that one. The rest of it, like I said, is you. That one strand is you. We got spirituality, mental, emotional, and physical. Think about those things and how they pertain to you. Now, we could have went any direction. Like, I could do a whole hour talk or even workshop on just you, okay? But I'm not going to. We're just going to roll through them, and hopefully you're writing notes or you're keeping a tab on what I'm talking about. The next strand, so after we got done with you, okay, the you strand, we're going to go into the next strand. I don't know how my hair's getting all tied up. It's going to be a knot pretty soon. Okay, the next strand, okay, the second strand of the three, the two out of the three strands. The next one is family. Okay, we have the next strand is family. Okay, and how that plays a part in who we are, how that plays a part in our hair, the strands of our hair. Okay, now I'm not talking about just your hair. I'm just talking about life, like the strands of a braid, and that braid kind of signifies everything, everything that kind of involves making the bigger braid. Okay, all these strands make up this for some reason. Okay, the first strand that I want you to understand from the family bulk braid, I don't know, is teachings. Okay, what is your family teaching you? Okay, what are you carrying on? What are you accepting? How are you reacting to the family teachings? Do you not like it? Do you like it? How does it provide an opportunity to strengthen your braid in life? The teachings in family. What is your family teaching you? Are they teaching you cultural stuff? Are they teaching you how to behave in a certain way? Are they teaching you manners? What are they teaching you? The family that's teaching, what is it? What are they doing essentially to help you and to strengthen the overall braid? Okay. What is this one strand in here? This one strand in here of family. What is that doing for you? What are they teaching you? Okay. What are the habits that they are allowing you to form? Okay. Here's an example. We'll talk about trauma. Okay. We'll talk about trauma in terms of habits. Okay. Here's a habit that happens with a lot of families in terms of like, I've learned through my family how to react to a certain stimuli, whatever it may be, okay? That's how I'm reacting to a certain, because my family has always done this. My family has always reacted this way. And now if you guys are outlaws, like where you're marrying into another family, you see the differences between families. Like, oh, that's weird. We don't ever do that. Like, wow, that's weird, okay? But that's their teachings, and your teachings are your teachings, okay? You guys eat what during holidays? You go where during these times? You do this every night? Huh. Something maybe I can incorporate it into my family. Game nights. Maybe every Friday night we do game night, okay? That's a habit. We do it every time. This is something that just to be expected, okay? And are those habits helping you or hurting you? Okay, as an individual, as a family, what are they doing for you? What is it cohesive? Is it enmeshed? Is all parts playing together to make this finely tuned dance and whatever it may be? What is it doing for you ultimately? What are those habits helping you with in life? Are you willing to let those habits go so that you can make that strand stronger? Again, that's totally up to you, not me, up to you. But it's something that you need to recognize when you think about the strands of a braid, okay? Think about it. Think about how this all is intricate and how this is all interwoven, no pun intended, but think about it, how that is. It's so important to understand these certain things. Tolerance. That's another part of the family main part of it, okay? Tolerance. How much are you able to tolerate in life? Can you tolerate certain things in life? Your tolerance level, you could talk about maybe there's another word for it too, perseverance. How well are you able to persevere through trying times, to tolerate, to get to understand certain things, like what can I do to help me better my life, to understand that when a hard time comes in my life, I'm able to lean on my family and the teachings and the habits and the and everything else that they're able to give me. How well am I able to lean on my family for support, love, teachings, understanding, all these beautiful things? Like what is your family doing for you? Okay, what is your family doing as a cohesive unit within the big scheme of all these strands? Okay. Another one is values. Okay, what does your family value? Okay, that's so important to think about. What does your family value in life? That's so important, because when they share to you what they value, whether it be a negative or positive, that carries on through your life. Like, I value game time every day. Is that giving you a better chance of life? I don't know. Okay. What does your family value? Family time. Do they value spiritual teachings in some odd way, whether it be church or traditional teachings? Like, what do they value? And do you wish they could value something else? Do you wish they could improve their values? Do you wish, or hope, or maybe whatever, take off a value that is plaguing you? I don't know. Are you carrying your family values into your new family, your very own family? Are those values kind of being passed on? Or are there some negative values that your family has created that you're not passing on to your family? Okay? Again, what are those little strands creating, or what are those strands, how are those strands playing a part in your family life? Okay? We have to think about those. Okay? I'm gonna go here to just look at some. I like to go back and look at comments. Holy, that's good. There's a lot. There's a lot of interaction going. When you loved the mic closer to you, oh, I get more gooder. Oh, thanks, Charlotte. Let me see, because everyone is Irish, right? I don't. Is everyone Irish, right? Oh, what is this doing? Oh, there we go. Princess, white hair alone does not. Okay, remember, Mexico used the term me refer to mixedness. Okay. Try Alaska side, the family. Oh, people are explaining to whom are commenting on who they are, where they're from, or what they're called. My kids are watching. Oh, Jeff and Sarah, thank you so much. I'm glad you. Hopefully your kids are still watching. This ain't like the most, exciting, exciting presentation, but we're trying. Not all tribes wore long hair. Important to know our personal tribal teachings regarding hair. Exactly, Albert. Not all people did. Maybe you missed the first part of it, but like I said, this is just a like the strand of a braid of sweetgrass, or the branches of a tree, or the strands of life, I guess you'd call it. Like the DNA. There's a strand of DNA, how it kind of loops around. There's always just some kind of there's the whole is greater than the single. I guess the whole is greater than just one. If that makes sense. Okay. Make me want to braid my hair. Oh, I know. Just looking at my ratty little hairdo here, and everybody's like, "God, braid your hair," or you look like that Selena guy on Selena's boyfriend. I don't know his name. Dance is my devotion in motion. I'm Mexican, have no ties with my indigenous tribe, but this spirituality makes sense to my spirit. How would I go about navigating that without overstepping my bounds? I don't know. I don't want to represent myself as a native if I'm enrolled or have ties. Jessica, I'm Mexican. I have no ties with my indigenous tribe roots, but this spirituality makes sense to my spirit. Yes. How would I go about navigating without overstepping? What are your bounds? And who have? My question is, if you're trying to find something about who you are, if you're still listening, Jessica, and I'm not no guru, but it's just understanding. Okay, I don't know anything. I don't know any. These are things that have been taught to me that I'm just regurgitating to you guys. But who said that you have a bound, like you're confined within these walls? Who said that? Who said that you couldn't explore more, ask questions about who you are to find out more about you are? or about about who you are. There we go. Um, when you say overstepping my bounds, that shows that there's constriction, or there's you shouldn't be saying something. I don't know. Maybe I'm interpreting it wrong, but who said? I don't think there's any limitation to what you can do to understand self more. Okay, because we're always learning. So don't 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 limit yourself in finding more about who you are, because I always say you are everything and everything is you. I mean, there is nothing that is limitless. Like, go ask questions. You don't Nothing wrong with asking a question about to understand more about your life and what you've been through and where you're going and how to get there. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? You don't want to walk blindly through life, because then you'll have no direction. You want to have some type of direction. Like, I want to know about my culture. I want to know about my hair. I want to know about the sweetgrass. I want to know about this tradition. I want to know about Catholicism or Christianity and how that inputted into my life. Like, those are just questions that you need to ask, not only yourself, but to others around you. There's nothing wrong with having discussion. And if people take it the wrong way, like you're going against something else, that is not yours. Don't let someone else's trauma become your trauma. Okay, we have that motto: heal people, heal people, healed people. You know, healing people, or people that are healing, heal people, or something like that. Sorry, and then hurt people, hurt people. I mean, again, that's just a little bit of something for you, Jessica. Just go explore. Don't put no bounds on trying to figure out who you are. I mean, we are a lot of things. Like, I am Alaska Native. I don't know nothing about it. Doesn't mean I want to go speak it. Maybe. I don't know. But does anyone tell me, no, don't overstep your boundaries? You're A. You better not go switch languages. If anything, I know a lot of my teachers and brothers and sisters in my A side are like, yeah, that's cool, man. Go do it. That's so awesome. Again, support level. And again, from the family perspective, how are they encouraging or discouraging you through the strands to make you stronger than who you are? I don't know. That's totally something up to you. Kelia says, says the only thing we're really in control of is the way we choose to react to any given situation. Again, yes, we all have our teachings, we all have our beliefs. How does that incorporate into our life, and how does that incorporate into making our hair stronger, or our brands, or our sweetgrass, whatever it may be, stronger? Okay, or understanding more about these strands. Like, where did this come from? Did this come from the same pond? Why is this one so weaker than the others? I don't know. Celtic Not Bro, yays. Okay. Sarah Sense Wilson says, this is super cool, excellent topic. Weaving and culture teaching and hair is beautiful. Should create curriculum to go with these teaching. Yes, we should. Native Wellness Institute, but I mean, not but that we. Anyways, we can always form this curriculum within our own family as well. It doesn't have to be written, but again, it could be a teaching adopted or dropped into something that we ultimately can use for generations upon generations, which many of us do, but which many of us don't, because we dropped it. We refuse to continue to practice it. We forget about it. Or maybe because times have changed, we just maybe have adapted it to a different way of thinking or behaving or acting or whatever you want to call. Jessica, yes. Santa Fe Zubia teaches to Jessica's boys. Okay, anyways, let's keep going. Here's another one. Mike Ermarth or whatever. Sorry. Life is a classroom. We are meant to learn from each other. That does not mean we become wannabes to be another culture, race, ethnicity, age. It means we adopt for ourselves in our own culture, race, ethnicity, those things that make us better and happier persons who can then show others better overall quality of life for each individual. Oh, da. Oh, Kelia said it's da equals dad. Oh, got it. Okay, let's go into our next one. The third strand. Okay, there's 3 strands that make up this braid. Okay, and we're going to talk about the third one. Okay, you can't say the last one because some people like to do fish braids and whatever now, and we can add on to that. It's however you're going to make. But I'm for the sakes of simplicity. We're just going to talk about 3. Okay, just 3. Okay, and oh, my light. Oh, jeez, what's going on here? Community Why is my light so... I need to brighten it up here. There we go. That's good enough. Anyways, the third strand is community. So we got the first strand, the first major part of the braid. The one out of three is you. The second out of three is family, and the third out of the three, am I saying that right? Is community, tribe. Okay, neighborhood, doesn't matter. Okay, community, tribe. That's the third one. Now, in terms of that, we have to think about the community or the tribe. How unified are they in providing you a sense of understanding, belief, wellness? All these things. How well are they really incorporating into your life? What are they doing to make the overall braid stronger? Right? What are they doing to make this braid stronger? Okay, more resilient, I guess you'd say. What are they doing? Are they together? Are they squabbling with each other? Are they pointing fingers? The finger pointing game. Are they speaking out of a place of trauma? Are they speaking out of a place of being healed or healing, on a journey of healing? What is your community doing to help you understand that this is contributing to your life? This brand, this little one stray, or this one little clump of hair, is contributing to who you are, whether you like it or not. That's maybe why we decide to stay in on the reservation or without the reservation, or in Billings, or in a state, or within a community, within the neighborhood, or whatever it may be. It's contributing to your belief, your who you are, your family. I don't know. These are just things that you need to think about. What are they doing? Okay? Doesn't mean you have to go out there and go change it to make it fit you. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, think about what is your community or your tribe doing, and how are they playing a part in your life to help you understand whether it's negative or positive, whether a negative or a positive contribution to your whole. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It's something to reflect on, to think about, because sometimes we don't think enough. We just go with routine. We just go with what everybody else is doing, but we don't stop and think. Whoa, okay. Oh, what? You're complaining about the tribal council? I'm gonna join the boat, and because this is what everybody does, I'm gonna complain about the tribal council too. So we're just kind of feeding in because that's what everybody's doing, and then you're just kind of going like, hey, all right, this kind of feels good. I feel like a sense of belonging, like everybody's doing the same thing. Let's do it. But is that really providing some positivity to your life, or is it creating some negative aura in your life? I don't know. Is it weakening the strands in your hair? The stress? I don't know. Again, that's a question that you have to ask yourself. I cannot answer how your community is providing some type of support or understanding to your life. I don't know. I just seen my freaking quadruple chin. So when I think about my Fort Belknap reservation and the people that I choose to surround myself with in terms of community people, it's usually, in my mind, a lot of positivity, a lot of people that practice their cultures and traditions. So when I think about community, in my sense, in my belief, in how it's providing to the strands in my hair or whatever it may be, I think about community as tradition. Like, what traditions as a whole are they passing on to me or my family? Okay? That's what I'm thinking of. As when I think about a community, I think about traditions. Like, what do we annually do? What do we do monthly? What do we do? What is this? How are these community and tribe traditions playing a part in my life, in my family's life, my children's life? Okay? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but that's not for me to explain to you guys. But that's just something that I ask myself. Is this community or tribe something that I can flourish off and come on? Now, there's some challenging aspects of our tribes, but what we tend to pay attention to and surround ourselves with is ultimately up to us. Okay? Some people have negative thinking, saying, no, this is always going to be my life, and you don't live my life, and you don't live where I live, and it's easy for you to speak, Kasey, and for you to say because you are in a life that you are wanting to be in. I don't know. But in my community, you have no idea. I have poverty. I have no job. I have no money. I have nothing to feed my kids. I have no clothes. Like, those things. But then that's another topic that we have. But I understand those situations too. But at the end of the day, before you go to sleep, is how emotionally and mentally well is the strand. We go back to the you strand, the you being you. How well are you thinking about it? How well are you processing? How well are you making goals for yourself? What is your community or what is your family providing you to get past these trying times? Are you so defeated because your family has turned their back on you? I don't know. These are all questions that we need to think about. And how do we get these negative thinking? How do we get the negative thinking of our community or tribe to switch into um, a positive mindset? Again, each family, each person, each tribe is different, and what works for one tribe essentially maybe not work for another tribe. But we can get this fine line of understanding to start thinking about what can we do, okay, to make our hair or strand stronger. Okay, exactly. Language. When I think about community or tribe, I think about language. Is our language still intact? Is our what we were before, like 100 years ago or even 50 years ago, where there was way more speakers, fluent speakers? How well is that tying into us as an identity, as a tribe or as a community? Okay, language is a big part because I know with Alani, I mean, yeah, we share customs and practices sometimes with the Arapaho people, but ultimately we're two different tribes. But what really essentially makes us different is our language. How we speak it, how we say it, how we the rhythm and flow of it, the different words. Like that's also. I mean, when I hear Apselaga, I mean that's Apselaga. When I hear Pagani, that's that could be blood, that could be Sixiga, that could be it could be any of those. But there's certain ways they speak it and say it that make it distinct to their tribe. Okay, so when I think about language, what do you guys know your language? Are you guys carrying that on as a community to make the strand stronger? Because once they get language off the map of the earth, when we become English speakers, these I believe that strand becomes weaker. We just remove like a big part of the strand and our hair becomes thinner and weaker. Okay. Um, Land. When I think about tribe and community, I think about the land. The land that we're on. What is it filled with? Is it filled with houses and junk and garbage, or is it filled with grass and medicines and trees, or is it just filled with concrete? When I think about communities and tribes, I think about the land and how well is it being taken care of? How well are we incorporating it into our lives? Are we going out picking medicines on it and replenishing it? Are we taking more from the land than it's giving us? Like, what are we doing with the land as a community, as a tribe? That's something to think about in terms of making our strands stronger. Okay, think about those things. I'm going to review really quick. We got the first one is you. That's the you strand. One of the main three of the braid is you. The second one is family. Okay. The third one is community or tribe. Okay. And how do all those comprise to make this stronger than what it has to be? Okay. If I were, the whole adage, if I were to take one strand is way more flexible. I can break it. See, it's broken. It's done. The strand is done. But if I were to do that to this, I don't want to do it to a whole. But there's many strands. There's even 3 in here. You can see 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can see it. But if I were to and twist and pull, it's not coming off. Okay. Okay. But if I kept tugging at it, twisting it, eventually they're gonna break. But that takes a long time for me to do it. That takes time. But the more we replace the negative ones or the weaker ones with healthy ones and positive strands, the harder it's going to be to break. This is a dry one. This one's about to go. This is maybe stuff that I let go of, okay, that I don't need anymore. And it's just sticking around, but I'm going to use it because it's good medicine, but I don't need it anymore, okay? Through these 3 strands, we have strength, health, and medicine. Through these 3 strands, we have strength, we have good health, and you can look, the more it is, the more it's taken care of, the greener or the more, healthy it is. The more we take care of it in terms of health, the stronger it can be, okay? And obviously medicine. Okay, this is good medicine. The stronger your braid is, the stronger your 3 strands are, the stronger the strands are that make up the braid, the more medicine you have to share, the more good medicine you have to share with people. If I had neglected all these strands on this and the taking care of it, then I don't have anything to share. I have no medicine to share and pass on to the people I love, to my family, to my loved ones, to the culture, to the beings, to myself. I have nothing to pass on medicine. And medicine is not meant to be, in my belief, is not to be hoarded. It is meant to be shared because Mother Earth gave it to us, not for us to hold and say, it's all mine. I don't really think that's our way of thinking. If I see somebody and I don't have one more little strand of bear root left, I break it in half and say, here, I hope this helps you, your family, and here's some tips. If you're ever without, here's a good picking spot to go pick from. Make sure you don't pick it all. Make sure you spread it out so you don't pick all of it. But this is where I got this medicine from. And make sure you laying it down tobacco or a gift for this thing. And I'm sharing medicine. I have one more strand of sweetgrass. Okay? I take it off. Maybe I grind it up. Maybe I give him the whole thing knowing that it's going to be okay. I have many more strands of sweetgrass. I don't know. Something like that. Okay? Strength. Again, same thing. One is greater than the whole. Or whole is greater than one. Again, the health thing is the better you take care of it, the stronger it will be. Okay? I'm telling you. The stronger you take care of your strands of hair, the longer it will be, not the longer, the greater it will be. Okay, the healthier, the stronger it will be. And then you have your medicine. Here's our medicine. Through all the trials, struggles, and tribulations that I face each and every day throughout the 4, 5, 10, 20 years that I've grown my hair. I don't know how long I've been growing my hair. I have things to share with you about the hair that I've grown. Some of this hair has seen things that I probably forgot about. Some of this hair here is probably remembering things or holding on to things that I probably don't need. Some of this hair here has been through a lot more than I think. Okay? That's probably why there's a lot of dry ends and I need a trim. Okay? To let go. To make my braid healthier. Because there's some things here towards the end that I need to let go of. Okay? I need to let go of some of this. It doesn't serve me any purpose anymore. It makes actually life a little bit harder, especially when I try to comb it and it's like, ow, my hair, or it pulls out strands that is supposed to stay there, but because of the negativity of my hair or the knots in my hair, that because I didn't take care of it, it pulls and takes out things that maybe was supposed to stay there. I don't know. Okay, how you think about it is totally up to you. Really comes down to you. How you want to make that analogy comes down to you. Oh, what's going on? I don't know. There. So, yeah. So think about stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to go through real quick and then I got to go. I don't got to go, but it's only an hour and I know some of you guys got to do stuff. Every day at the same time, same place, we offer Well Power Hours. Yes, that's Native Wellness. Can't serve from an empty cup. Okay, facts. Land seems to be the victim of addicts of power and money. Yes, we need to resurrect all the languages. Language is so powerful, part of my braid. Lots of strands are silver, but they are stronger than the others. Good one. But yeah, spirit community, yes. Okay, third strand, spirit community. Okay, so think about stuff like that. Okay, good. That's just something to think about as you kind of go on. Again, I don't claim to know anything or be anybody. I'm just a pitiful human being, just sharing the things that have been shared with me. I regurgitate in my head, and I say, here, do with it what you want. You want to talk negative about it? That's your prerogative. or you want to share the wealth and talk positive about it, again, your prerogative. It really comes down to who you are as a person, how well you know who you are, and how the community and how the family has played their part in who you are. And if there's things that you want to change in your life, no one is stopping you but yourself. You can do anything you want in your life to make your braid stronger, to make yourself stronger, and eventually dealing with the traumatic experiences that we have in our life. Like I say, if someone cut my hair today and just said, I'm taking your braid and I'm cutting it off, I know in self and belief I'm not going to get mad. I'm sad, but not mad, and say, you know what, that's okay. They needed it more than I did. My hair will grow back. Maybe it'll grow back stronger than it was before that braid. I don't know. But the belief and the self-understanding that I have about myself and how I react to the situations in life allows me to believe in something more positive than the negative that sometimes we feed ourselves or that we experience. It really comes down to choice and what you want to do to exponentially strengthen and empower your life. You can be and do anything in your life that you want to a degree. Okay? But the only person, like I said, that is stopping you from making your braids or your braid or your strands of hair stronger is you. You need to put in the work to strengthen this sucker to make it as powerful as you possibly can do. You need to do that. No one else can. No one. I love you guys. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Be good to one another. Help one another. And love one another. That's all I got to say for today. I wish you guys the best. And I am out. You guys are awesome. Keep it real. Okay. I'm done. If you guys ever want to watch this, it's also on YouTube. And if you guys ever want to go scroll through the questions and help other people that are reaching out, go there. That's what we're all about, is support and love and happiness and all that. Support each other. Okay, I'm done. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Take care. See ya. On how, Ben.